Hello, Patriot fam. We got the grouchy old Patriot here coming to you from the frozen wastelands of Oakley, Kansas truck stop. I'm under a oversized load, and due to the weather, my permits won't let me move. So I'm shut down at least until tomorrow morning. See how it goes from then, and maybe I'll get on the road. I'm glad you could join me. Thought I'd just do a little video while I was here waiting and killing time. Hope everybody had a really good holiday season. Got a couple of comments on a couple of my videos. Apparently few people got butt hurt, which don't really concern me that much. And I'm going to answer a couple of questions, answer a couple of comments, but I am not going to do a complete rebuttal video because I have no desire to get in a pissing contest on YouTube. It's not what I'm here for, not what I care about. And to be honest, I really don't care. If you agree with me, great, we can get along. If you don't agree with me, well, that's your right. That's great too. Just get out there and do something about it. Don't sit and whine and complain and bitch. There was some, one guy complained and said that his life had been ruined, basically, by the boomers, baby boomers. We had screwed the world up. That's why young people were in such dire straits today, is because the boomers had ruined everything. Well, all right, let's look at this a little bit. The boomer generation started being born in the late 40s, early 50s, and went up through the late 60s, birth. So the first boomers started getting acquiring the age of majority in the late 60s, early 70s, when they could start affecting change, affecting society. Before that, they were all teenagers and we're busy doing what teenagers do, drinking beer and chasing skirts and flirting with the boys and whatever. But let's look at the environment. That seemed to be one of the big things, the environment. How the boomers have screwed up the environment. And we're the worst people for the environment. All right. Environmental Protection Agency was not established until Richard Nixon. Who staffed the EPA when it came into existence? Who pushed for it to come into existence? Well, that'd been the boomers. Who got rid of the lead paint? Had abatement programs all over the country to get rid of lead paint in schools because lead paint was linked to learning disabilities and cognitive problems in people, heavy metal poisoning. So who's the one that pushed to get rid of all the lead paint? That'd been the boomers. Who pushed to get rid of the leaded gasoline? Lead was put into gasoline. It's not there naturally, but it was put there to stop, as a lubricant, to stop engines from knocking and rattling, lubricate bearings and the everything in the internals of the engine. But it was bad for the environment. Caused a lot of smog, a lot of air pollution. So we got rid of leaded gasoline. Who was that? Who got rid of leaded gasoline? I guess that would be the boomers. Who passed the Clean Air Act, Clean Water Act? Started cleaning up our all of our waters. Had pollution control acts put in place in every state, enforced by not only the feds but the states. Had Clean Water Act, which the Coast Guard enforces on our inland waterways and our coastal waters. That'd be the boomers. Put that in place, cleaned our water up. Same with our air. If you'd have went back to the late 70s, early 80s, the smog in Los Angeles and San Francisco was so bad on days. The smog was so bad on days you couldn't see the other side of the Golden Gate Bridge. Clean Air Act, CAFE standards, increasing the fuel mileage, mandating that car manufacturers increase the fuel mileage on their cars and put out less pollution. Well, that'd been the boomers. They got that passed. They got that done. Let's see, what else? I'm sure all of you remember, well, not all of you, because a lot of you is too young, but some of you will remember back in the 70s, the commercial with the crying Indian seeing all the pollution. Well, who started Superfund to clean up contaminated soil and industrial areas? That would have been the boomers. So I would say that the boomer generation has done more to clean up the environment than any generation before or since. Now, at the end of the boomers, the millennials come, or Gen X's, not millennials, Gen X's come in there. And some of the older Gen Xers, you know, they were in on that. I'm not going to take away from what they did, what they accomplished. We installed or mandated the installation of scrubbers on coal-fired power plants to clean up emissions. We mandated water standards, water quality standards for drinking water. Got rid of lead pipes, had lead pipe abatement in municipal water supplies. Not saying it always worked. There have been some municipalities, Flint, Michigan, when things didn't work out quite so good, but a lot better than it was in the 40s and 50s, 60s even. But you know what? The boomers are getting to the retirement age. We're getting tired. The ones coming along now want to protest. They want to wear their little pink hats and wave their little signs and go out and protest and think they've done something to save the environment. Greta Thunberg is a prime example. She'll fly all over the world preaching to people about what they should be doing and what they shouldn't be doing, instead of getting a damn job and doing it. That's the biggest problem with today's generation, these younger people coming up. They've had us doing it since the damn 60s. We're tired. We're ready to retire. And y'all want to just do nothing but protest and think you're doing something. Somebody don't do something you like, you're going to cancel them and think that that has an effect. No, you got to get out there and do the hard work, folks. You got to do the hard work. I'm not saying don't protest. I'm not saying don't make your voice heard. But if that's all you're doing, so you can check a box on your little progressive citizenship card, you ain't doing nothing. And those are just a few examples. More infrastructure was built, clean energy infrastructure, hydroelectric dams and nuclear power plants. Boomer generation built them. That's all I got to say about that. I'm not going to address everything, but I think you got my point. That the boomers and the early Gen Xers are the ones who've been out there doing the hard work and doing the stuff, and not just sitting around protesting and whining and complaining about it. My granddaddy told me a long time ago, I was about, I don't know, 9, 10 years old, that nobody ever got a flat tire fixed by whining and complaining about it. Another viewer made a couple of comments and how the whole world was screwed up, and I just didn't understand the plight that young men face today, and how tough life is on them, and how hard things are. And he used a couple of terms. One of them was an incel, and the other was a Foid. Now, I'm not going to lie and say that I knew what he was talking about, because I didn't. I had to go look them up. I had never heard the terms before. And after looking them up, I can see why I never heard them before, because the people that use those terms are not usually the kind of people that I associate with. But in case you didn't know, an incel is a young man who is involuntarily celibate, and he blames it on women because they won't date him, they won't go out with him, they won't give him what he thinks he deserves. It's all women's fault. The other term was a Foid, F-O-I-D. Now, I thought a Foid was something the state of Illinois made citizens pay for so they could exercise a right. Firearm owner's identification card. But that wasn't what he was talking about. A Foid, the shortened version of femoid, which is what these incels refer to or call women who won't give them what they deserve. It's a derogatory term, comes from female humanoid, which means it dehumanizes women. Other than this video, you'll never hear me use that term towards a woman. But I'm just, for educational reasons, I'm letting you know what a Foid is, or a femoid, if you ever hear it. Well, I can't get into the mind of a woman. Been married twice. Had several girlfriends in my life. And if I ever said that I understood a woman, I'd be lying through my teeth. But these incels, from what I can tell, in the little bit of reading I've done, they're blaming women because women won't date them. But most of them seem to be, I don't know, very I need to pick my word wisely here. Narcissistic, very misogynistic. It seems like they're complaining that women won't give them the time of day, won't go on dates with them, won't sleep with them. We, supposedly us boomers, enjoyed the benefits of the sexual revolution. And they're upset that things aren't as available today to them. Well, I got news for you, boys. Put down the damn video game controller, get out from in front of the computer, get your pasty white ass out of mama's basement, and get out amongst people. Go where the girls are. You're trying all these dating apps, Tinder and Match.com and I don't know what all they are, but all these damn dating apps and everything. Well, I got news for you. You're not going to find the woman you want on one of them dating apps. Why? Because 85 to 90% of the women on those apps are all going after the same top 10% of the guys on there. You ain't 6 foot tall, you ain't got a 6-figure income, you ain't driving some supercar, flashing money around. They don't want you. Go where the real women are. Go find you a real woman and treat her with respect. I see them out here every day. Every day. Rolling silverware and slinging hash at a truck stop cafe. Flagging traffic or operating heavy equipment on a road construction crew. Driving the damn delivery vehicle for Napa and O'Reilly's Auto Parts. They work as doctors and veterinarians and nurses and vet assistants. They work in daycare. They work as, receptionists. They're truck drivers. They're real women. They've got real lives. If the only one you're wanting is the one who's showing you how big her tits are or how round her ass is on TikTok or Instagram, whatever it is, well, she don't want you. Because I got news for you. She don't know what she wants. She hadn't grown up yet. I'm not going to say that they're not pretty and they're not good to look at. But they are not relationship material. And for 90% of the men out there, they're not going to give you the time of day because, like I said, you're not in the top 10%. Go to the damn grocery store and see the lady who's pushing the cart, still wearing her scrubs and her comfortable shoes because she just spent 10-hour shift at the hospital. And she's got 6 or 8 lean cuisines and a tube of chocolate chip cookie dough in her cart. No wedding ring. Hair's haggard because of the day she put in. Yeah, she might have a few extra pounds, but I guarantee you, if you strike up an honest conversation with her and don't expect anything from her, treat her with respect, you'd be surprised. And as for these women who want to show off their bodies on TikTok and Instagram and all that, and I don't know, ladies. Y'all are all going after this top 10%. You all say that men are garbage, men are trash, but you're all trading the same 10% of men, round and round and round. Same goes for y'all. Look for the guy who's got a tool belt around his waist, working on your air conditioner, your heating system, the plumber, the truck driver, the carpenter, the guy you call when you have problems, the one that can actually come and fix your problems. Yeah, he may not be 6'2", He may not have a six-figure salary. He's got problems just like you do. But if you get to know him and give him a chance, I think you'd be surprised. So I'm tired of all these young women, even older women, as I say older, up in their late 30s, early 40s, complaining that they can't find a man. Well, I'm not going to say your standards are too high, but they're unreasonable. They call it the top 10% for a reason. That's because only 10% of the men can meet those expectations. But you know what? Blaming everybody else for your problems, blaming women because you're an incel, or blaming the boomer generation because you can't find a job. Well, hell, you know what? You know why you can't find a job? Because you're not willing to work. You're not willing to put in the hard hours. I have worked since I was 12 years old. I've never found a job that was beneath me. If it paid my bills and put food on the table, clothed my children, made my wife happy, then that was a good job. I'm not in debt. They say, oh, crushing debt, crushing debt. Well, I got a college education. Not in debt. I paid as I went. Took me a while to get it, but I got it. Got a house, 2 cars. Don't owe nothing on any of them. Tell you why. I don't go in debt. If I can't afford it, I don't buy it. Quit living on credit. And quit complaining that you can't afford anything. What do you want? Do you want a new car? Great. What can you do without? Do you need all 18 of them damn streaming subscription services you have? Do you need to have your Xbox Live account? Do you need them $400 Air Jordan tennis shoes or whatever the hell's in fashion now? No, you don't. Do without. You can go down Walmart and buy you a decent pair of shoes that'll get you by, and take the money that you would have spent on them high dollar fashionable ones and put in the bank. You need to go out to eat 5 nights a week? No, you don't. Go to the grocery store and buy you some damn ramen noodles and some rice-a-roni and some hamburger meat and tuna fish and whatever, and eat at home. Put the money you save in the bank. Get a second job. Oh, I already work 8 hours a day. So? I'm damn near 60 years old, and there's a lot of days I work 16, 17 hours a day. It can be done. I don't care if your main job is you're an IT professional at Bob's Computer Center. Do 8 hours a day there. Well, you know what? When you get out, you ain't got a girlfriend. You done told me that. You can't find one. You ain't got a wife. You ain't got kids to worry about. You done told me that. So know what? Be an Uber driver. Hell, you can meet girls that way. Go be a DoorDash driver. There's a lot of ways to make extra money. Take that extra money and put it in the bank so that when you need something, when you want something really bad, you got the money to buy it. You ain't got to go in debt. You know what? If you're not in debt, you're financially stable. It makes you a lot better, more attractive to young ladies. Just saying. I ain't here to fix your damn problems for you. But I am here to tell you that there's a lot of old people like me that's tired of hearing you whine about them and complain about them. Nobody ever gave me a trophy for participation. Told me I was good enough because I showed up. No. Y'all don't understand. Y'all want to complain about how hard it is for the younger generation. It's hard my ass. Go to work. Get a job. I'll probably piss some people off in this video, and if I did, oh well. Here's some hard truths they needed to hear. I'm not going to apologize for it. Somebody said that must be nice to be able to, I don't know exactly how they phrased it, something about a tough guy. I must have been a tough guy because I carry a pistol in my backyard, or I don't remember exactly how to say it. That if I was out in the real world, I wouldn't have it with me, and blah, blah, blah. Just running their mouth. Well, I would say that this is kind of the real world. Wouldn't you? And yes, I do carry it with me. And yes, YouTube, it's loaded. Because that damn hammer without a nail ain't nothing but a glorified club. Y'all want to think that your life is so hard and you've got special circumstances. No, you don't. Get over your damn self. Figure out what it is you want in life and do something about it. Don't wait on other people. Don't complain about it. Don't whine about it. Don't make excuses about why it's too damn hard. Just go do the damn thing. Folks, that's about all I got for you today. I'm going to try and get this uploaded if I can get a decent Wi-Fi signal sitting here at the truck stop. And you know what? If you like my videos and subscribe, I am glad. I appreciate it. But if you don't like what I have to say, well, you know what? You don't have to listen. But no amount of your complaining and whining is going to make this old bastard change his damn mind. I've spent 60 damn years getting my mind this way. I am who I am. I am who I want to be. I am the man my wife fell in love with. That my kids love as their dad, my grandkids love as their grandpa. Wouldn't change if I could. Folks, I hope to see you around. Feel free to leave comment on the videos. You can follow me on Truth Social, MeWe. I do have Twitter now, at Grouchy Old Patriot. As always, may Liberty's torch light your path, and Godspeed in all your endeavors. Thank you.